Hello. Tara here. I am not sure that my live video is going to hold up. Our Wi-Fi for some reason isn't loading the live video, even though I have a few bars. So I'm actually just running it off of satellite, but we live in the country, so there's one bar. So let's just see how it holds up. And if need be, I can jump in the Facebook group later and do this again. So, hey, welcome. I really wanted to talk and share a little bit on this subject of how to weave in the magic of the feminine into your business, right? So often when women come to me and we're working on different projects or different outcomes or their business, they're stuck in this energy of, doing, pushing, trying to mentally fit the framework of different pieces in a laid out fashion to create the outcome that they want. And everything can feel so much harder and not as fluid, right? So when we bring in the magic of the feminine, which is an energy I really love to work in, it creates so much more ease. And so in a traditional work or business environment or corporate environment, we've not been taught or shown how to work with the energy and the magic of feminine principles. And so it's part of the work that I love to do. It's part of the work that I love to support other women and integrating into their life and into their business. And so I want to share on that. Today, I wanted to talk again about how to weave feminine magic into our businesses for flow, for ease, and prosperity. I'm drinking a shake right now and it's getting stuck in my throat a little bit. So I'm going to have some water and then we're going to dive in. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about what are the differences between masculine qualities and characteristics and feminine qualities and characteristics. So that we have a general idea of what that looks like. And then we understand how to access both. And I think most importantly, when we can come into that place of true flow and true ease, there's a partnership between our inner masculine and our inner feminine happening. And it allows us to show up in a totally different space as the powerful creatrixes that we are in the scope of our lives and our businesses. And this is something that I actually dive into in my Magical Feminine Prosperity program. And the doors are open. The early bird special ends tonight. And if any of what I'm speaking to you is resonating and it's something that you want to dive in and become, moving through a transformational pathway, becoming a little bit more embodied in a lot of these pieces that I'm talking about, you can check it out. You can go to magicalfeminineprosperity.com. So, qualities and characteristics of the feminine. So qualities and characteristics of the feminine are it's the magic, it's the fun, it's the flow. It's when we're really in the energy of a beautiful, potent, creative flow and energy. And we're harnessing it and we're moving with it. Right? The energy of the feminine is typically an invisible creative energy that we can harness and we can ride it in a way that really supports us, where we don't have to do as much physically. And it's not that we don't want to do physically or take action, we do. But when we have a few different pieces in play in our business and in our lives, and I'm going to talk about too how to set the stage to really step into working with these different energies in our business and our lives, things just flow in a magical way, right? It becomes magic because we're in the energy of creative flow and our ability to, as women, powerfully manifest, right? We're very powerful creators. Women create and grow babies. We create and grow. We launch businesses. We have a variety of different projects. Women have a huge capacity to hold space for a lot of creative energy. So when we can actually land in that and really get it to work for us, it's very, very powerful. And we can tap into the magic of that and it can work for us. But sometimes we actually have to get out of the way for it to happen. right? And so typically when we are not working with that energy, we are taking a lot of action, like physical action. We're mentally trying to sort things out. We're trying to work out the steps. We're trying to work out the hows. We're pushing. We're using a lot of our own vital life force energy to carry out tasks in order to create an end result. And it actually doesn't have to be that hard. And it can often feel hard, right? And we're so conditioned in society for things to have to be hard for them to be successful, right? Or things have to be hard for us to make a lot of money. When they don't. It can actually be really easy when we can tap into this innate creative life force energy that we have as women and as men, and really learn to ride that and be in the energy of ease and flow, and know that that energy can really carry us, and know that prosperity can be a natural consequence that is there to support us as we really shift gears into that more feminine energy. So again, these are pieces that we go into in my upcoming Magical Feminine Prosperity program. And this is it's a tried, tested, and true 90-day program that walks you through a beautiful soul level transformation that really lets you experience this energy that I'm talking about, right? That allows you to see and feel how it works as I give you the pieces and walk you through through a transformational pathway. All right, so let's talk about masculine qualities and characteristics. So the masculine, as beautiful as it is, and it's the masculine qualities and characteristics are beautiful, right? So this is the energy of logic and doing and taking action and planning and systems and structures, which are all really beautiful things to bring into the scope of business, to bring into the scope of project creation and launching, to bring into the scope of grounding a vision that we want to manifest. We need the qualities, characters, and principles of the divine masculine as much as we need the qualities, characteristics, and principles of the divine feminine as well. And the trick again becomes in having them come into union within us, into an internal partnership where they can connect and really work to support us. Right? And we're all at different places within this, and then we can grow and evolve and deepen into that partnership, and it can really, in my experience, become a lot of fun when it comes to creating and manifesting and, and even attracting more money or calling in more money. It allows us to show up in a totally different way. So those are some of the qualities and characteristics of the divine masculine. Now, in order to really tap into that feminine flow, that ease, and that magic, we have to have a little bit of some intention or direction, right? So ease really follows alignment. We have to have alignment, and the alignment becomes the direction, right? So we get really clear on the desired outcome. And this is where our essence self, our feminine self really comes into play. Taking that time to sink into her and to listen. What is the desire that she has for her business? You can do this on a yearly basis. You can do this with a launch. You can do this on a monthly basis in your vision. And I'm going to talk about how to do that as we continue to go on. But giving our essence space. That's the feminine aspect of ourselves who loves to dream and vision, and tapping into her desired outcome. So for me, it's I dream into the possibilities of what an amazing financial month doing my purpose and being of service through my sacred work, and having the month end come and just being in this juicy, prosperous place in my business. And what would that look like, and what would that feel like, and how would I want to create it, and how would that feel good in my body, right? And how much money am I calling in, and what products and services am I putting in there? But more importantly than anything, I'm really focusing on the desired and the energetic state of the outcome. of the outcome that I truly desired. Because when we become an energetic match to that which we desire, it just naturally manifests. And this is where we can start to kind of take some of the hows out. And I'll bring this all around here in a second. So tapping into the magic of our feminine, letting her have some space, because the feminine needs space to dream and to feel and to tap into her desires. So all of these pieces, we go into magical feminine prosperity, right? We give that your essence that space that she is most likely craving. And you'll know if your essence is craving the space and if she's desiring to have more of a voice in your business and your life, because there's a feeling of being stifled. Like there's a feeling of even maybe being a little bit grumpy or just not like dissatisfied with the way that things are flowing in life or business. And oftentimes it's because like the juice and the magic and the pleasure and the passion and the fun and the feminine is like not being integrated fully into our ability to manifest powerfully. And she needs space, and she often needs a container. And that's exactly the safe, loving container that I give you in Magical Feminine Prosperity, the group program that I'm talking about, is that safe space to drop into, to really hear her voice, to dream into who she desires to become, how much money would really allow her sorry, I just had a message come through and it distracted me, to feel prosperous, to feel free, to have the space to self-care, right? To create the life that she's feeling called to live. What would that feel like, right? Giving her that space to tap in, to tune in. And if you're listening to this call and if you listen to it in the future, just taking a moment, to dream into, we have how many days left of the month, 10 days left of the month, just taking that space to dream into, not getting lost into where things are right now and where they're sitting and any fears or limitations that might be coming up around that, but giving your essence some space to dream into, what do I really want? What is the outcome that I do desire for this month? If I were to have my most abundant month ever, how could that really serve and support my essence and what she's needing and what she's wanting, right? And then really tapping in and tuning in to the quality of the energy. And this is where we're taking some time and we're recognizing how powerful we are as the creatresses, as the queens of our own business. We're taking some time to really tap in, tune in to the quality of that energy. And knowing that we so powerfully will create the desired outcome that our essence is really calling us to experience. So working with the energy of desire, right? And when I feel into the energetic outcome that I truly desire, from there I anchor it and I give that direction with an intention. So I capture it in a few words. What is the energetic state of the desired outcome that I truly, truly want? And from there, right, when that ability to powerfully create an intention, and an intention for me is just one sentence that powerfully captures the energetic state and the end result of what it is that I truly desire. It often starts with an I am statement. Right? So I am having a 5K month and joyfully living in the beauty of my purpose, whatever it is. And the intention, gives us the direction and the focus and the alignment, right? And now we have a sense of what it is that we desire to birth through us, what we desire to move into and to create. And so oftentimes the masculine might see the intention and then want to do, right? It might want to do and what steps do I need to take and how do I need to plan and what can I do to just make this happen? But, right, and it'll start carrying a lot of the work and the effort, feeling like it has to do a lot to achieve the end result. But we don't, because we're beautiful divine creatrixes. We're beautiful divine beings that have such a natural ability to create what it is that we truly desire. It's just a lot of times we have forgotten how easy and fun and playful and magical it can be to create the outcome that we truly, truly want. And so instead of going into the do and the how, you want to move, you want to let go, and you want to move into flow. You want to move into flow. And you want to move into flow. And before you move into flow, you want to be in the energy of that energetic state, right? So we know where we're going. We know what we want to create. It's feeling so juicy. It's feeling so aligned. So now we have alignment. We want to pull that energetic state that we're aligning ourselves to into our bodies and lock it in. And then we want to let go and move into flow, right? So now we're coming into energetic alignment. We have the alignment. Now we're coming into energetic alignment. We want to let go, move into flow. And then from there, we're starting to become an energetic match to the desired outcome. And we're taking inspired action when it does come, for one. So inspired action, not just like endless, like needless doing, just for the sake of doing, because we are feeling some fear kick up around how to make that happen or why we won't make that happen if we don't do. We're letting go and we're moving into the flow, which is the feminine, is the art of the feminine. And then we are being in that energetic state. We're coming into energetic alignment. And we are listening for inspired action, yes, but most importantly, we're moving into flow. And how do you move into flow? So this is like I love this piece. And the flow, again, is the fun. It's the magic. It's the passion. It's the play. It's like being in the juice of a magical creative energy that can flow us forward. And as we start to really be in the magic of the feminine, it starts to lift our energy. We become very amplified. So it also starts to boost like our attraction frequency. We become a magnet to everything that we're calling in. And now we're in this space where we're becoming a magnet. We're in our juicy feminine flow and we're listening for inspired action. And things can start to move and shift in a very magical way to support the desired outcome. But when we're in the energy, so it's twofold, because when we're in the energy of this like feminine flow, we're becoming very magnetic to our desires. So we're often attracting new clients, money that's coming out of like nowhere, new opportunities, and we're listening for inspired action. And that's the masculine that is there to help us do and carry out the pieces that will support us and manifesting the desired outcome that we truly, truly want. This process works. I do it over and over and over again, and it's the process that I map out in Magical Feminine Prosperity. And it is the ability to really come into this internal harmony that allows us to show up in our businesses in a whole other way, And when we're moving into flow, and actually I just want to touch on that, like how do you even move into flow, right? Like how do you move into flow? So for instance, if I'm feeling a little bit heavy on a lot of the doing and the action and trying to figure out the hows, I'll get out of my head. I'll like stop obsessing about like how to like pull this all together, and I will find something creative to do. I'll find something creative to do. And the creative piece could be oftentimes too, another way that I'm actually landing in the energetic state of the desired outcome is I'll tap into like, who is that woman? Like at the end of the month, she has fully manifested the desire. Who is that woman? How is she dressing? How can I use my wardrobe to capture the energetic state of how she's feeling and how she's showing up, right? Oftentimes she's like a little bit more visible in her power and she's a little bit more in her joy and she's having a little bit more fun. And I'll use creative styling to really land in that energetic state. So that's one way. So anytime we start to let go of the outcome and the hows, and we start to integrate a little bit of creativity, it starts to move us into flow and we can start to follow the energy into the desired outcome. So that's one way. Another way is to dance, to get your hips moving, right? That is the seat and source, right? That energetic womb space, the sacral, the hips, that's the seat of that beautiful divine feminine creation energy that can really carry us forward. So dance, anything creative, and that can be cooking. It can just be turning on the music and letting go and just like dancing. It can be time out in nature, just in the beauty of Mother Nature, right? So it's another feminine energy that really taps us into the power of our nourished creative energy. There are so many ways, but it's wherever you can move into that creative flow that puts you in that space. And there's just another piece coming out. The other way to do this as well is to tapping into the energetic state and really just feeling into the energy. So if your outcome is really centered around joy or fun or play or pleasure, like you want to create 5K a month, but you want to do it in pleasure, then you are integrating pleasure into your day, right? You're doing in the now what it is that will bring you into alignment with the desired outcome. You're letting go, you're moving into flow, and you're meeting the pieces as they show up, and you're letting the flow carry you forward, and you're building your attraction frequency, because that's the power of the divine feminine creation energy. Builds the divine feminine frequency. That allows you to become a magnet as you listen for inspired action, and you're taking the steps to continue to become a match, an energetic match for the desired outcome. So I cover all of this and more in Magical Feminine Prosperity program. You can go to magicalfeminineprosperity.com. And we dive into this and so much more. And a piece that I do want to tap into is we also dive into blocks around receiving, right? Sometimes we have blocks, layers of gunk and healing sitting at the heart chakra that are making it hard for us to really even let go and receive everything that we're calling in, and so we can sometimes block it. So we go deep into embodied prosperity, heart chakra healing work. We go into really this rewiring process as we shed the old self-image, but becoming this woman who really is an energetic match to what it is that you desire to call in for yourself. So I was a little bit late jumping on today with my internet connection. I'm hoping that this holds. It seems to be. And if you have any questions, just post below. I'm going to drop the link. The early bird ends tonight. It's $100 off. And I still have one spot left for the bonus one-on-one feminine prosperity Akashic activation session. So there's a huge value. I don't do one-on-one work a lot anymore. So if it's speaking to you, jump in. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.